Welcome to Blank Block, a podcast with 320-somethings who've all fallen into the void and can't get back up. Joining me today is Ashleigh Maligan.
Hello, that's me.
And Seraphina Buick.
Meow, that's me. Meow.
Today we are cat girls.
Yeah, you're leaning into
happened.
that. You're leaning into the persona from last time.
Yeah, and yeah.
I don't know what noise hares make, otherwise I'd join you.
Just stamp on the ground or something.
Just that's me eating
Cabbage.
The
yeah,
rich.
cabbage.
I
fucking wish.
I'm gonna do this is my naked mole rat impression who rolls around in the dirt and eats worms.
I hate that.
That sounded like you stuck your finger into an electrical socket and just had a really, really bad time for about 5 seconds.
It looks exactly the same, I'm not gonna lie.
You ever accidentally electrocuted yourselves?
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have. I'm so glad we all
It's
have
so
stories.
much fun.
Oh, isn't it
No.
just? Okay,
Yeah,
Sarah,
no,
tell
I
me
love being
your
electrocuted.
ecstatic story.
Me.
Yeah.
I had a really shit lamp in my room at one
Nice.
point in my life.
We've all been there.
I had a shit lamp, and like the top of the wire socket, you know, the thing that goes into the wall, and I fell off.
Yeah.
But like it was fine. It still worked. It was like whatever. And one day, I don't know, I was roughly about 11 at the time. I tried to like push the lamp socket back in, but obviously it was still on because I'm an idiot, and like it burned like my entire palm. And
Wow.
yeah, and I was like, ugh! And it was like so pussy and disgusting,
Oh my
and
gosh.
and I was like, I've been, yeah.
I've never been burnt. Like I've never been burnt by an electric shock. That's powerful. My electric. So I have two, being electrocuted stories, and they kind of combine both of Seraphina's. Oh, sorry, both of them are like. Okay, let me try that again.
No.
I have.
Continue from where you were, god damn it. I'm not
hate
cutting
you.
anything this week. I'm sick.
Oh God, fair enough. My story includes a lamp and a socket, but they're two different stories. So the first one was my old MacBook. The charging cable, the plug, was falling apart, and I was like, oh, it's all falling apart. Let me just try and push this back together, kind of like Sarah did. And then I was like, oops, that's many currents rushing through my body. And that was surprising. I just kind of was like, oh, I might have just died.
You didn't have a
Interesting.
wound?
Actually, it's,
I didn't get any
not
wounds,
many
no.
currents. It's one current, and it's many volts. So check your science. Sorry, continue, please.
Can we? Was that a new character?
I'd hope
Sure.
not. I don't want her here.
Their name is Insufferable Prick.
Okay.
Okay, I thought that's.
What's
I
your
thought that was
second
the
electrocution story?
Ash, I thought that was the character you brought to every vodcast. Ayo.
Yeah, that's just my personality, but let's continue.
Love it. The other one was I was doing an escape room with some friends, and so when you're doing an escape room, you look everywhere for keys. You know, you look everywhere for codes and secrets and everything like that. And there was this lamp sitting on this desk, with no bulb in it, and I was like, huh, interesting. That doesn't seem right. And then we got a clue, and it was like, oh, there's a key inside a metal pipe. And I was like, well, it's a metal lamp, and it kind of like just ends. It's just like a metal pipe, really. So I was like, there's probably a key inside here somewhere. And for some strange reason, it was turned on. And I went and I stuck my fingers right down that little socket, and I got zapped. And then I was like, oh.
That was part of the puzzle.
Yeah.
It's like how much pain can you take?
I did find the key in there. That's true. No. But I went to one of the cameras where they were surveying us, and I was like, just so you know, I just electrocuted myself. You might want to like patch that up. I'm not going to sue you, but just to make you aware, that hurt.
I'm not going to sue you. Give us 10 more minutes. We're falling behind.
Exactly. Yeah, Cameron's writhing on the floor. He's gone into shock.
So you didn't have like any like wounds or anything from your electric shocks?
I didn't. It's really shocking. What? Hey, Ayo.
Like I got I think it's because I was right on the wires.
Yeah.
Because I'm an idiot. It was like awful. So
You
yeah,
probably
I would
like
not.
you probably gripped on as well with your stupid ape brain. You probably
Yeah.
Sorry.
The
Monkey.
best electric shock that I've ever had in my life. I was working as a builder at the time, and we were digging holes in someone's back garden, as you do. And I take the shovel and I jam it into the ground, and they've ran a mains current line from the house to their outdoor shed. And I took off like a fucking rocket. When I say I probably like hit a vertical leap only ever before seen in the NBA, like the pain came from hitting the ground. The ecstasy came from the fucking electric shock.
You'd do it again if there was a crash mat underneath you.
I will be honest with you. I enjoy being electrocuted. There's something quite like feels like my internal battery's being recharged.
It's invigorating.
Did you know that the muscle spasms and stuff, and like how far you jump when you're electrocuted, isn't actually the force of the electricity? It is the human muscles like expanding or contracting so violently that it launches you.
That's
So
crazy.
it turns out that somewhere within me is the potential to join the NBA.
You just need to like be electrocuted every now and then. You're
Yeah.
like getting up to the hoop and you're like, now.
It's like flubber, but
Shock
with
me, shock me.
electrodes instead.
Yes. I like that basketball is like a running theme in these podcasts.
It's clearly we're all secretly really into basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I love being tall.
I
So-
just love hoops, bro.
Speaking,
Slamming hoops is like my passion,
I love
and so is graphic design.
I love the rims. Speaking of being electrocuted and enjoying it, do any of y'all lick batteries? Any of you ladies out there lick batteries?
No.
I enjoy licking batteries.
What the
Hell
fuck
yeah,
is wrong
just
with
to, like,
you?
If it's
What?
is it?
Feels good.
I
Yeah,
literally
it's like
only
you
thought
test
that's
to
what
see if it's-
stupid people do, not people I associate with. Oh my goodness.
No, it's to test to see. Like you're like, is there still power in this battery? Is it a dead battery?
They're
And you go, "Ooh."
toxic.
It's like spicy juice.
I don't care what kind of spicy juice it is. Like, just don't lick a battery. What the fuck?
Also, you do say that. I did swallow a battery one time. Okay. I like how I'm out here like defending myself. Like, no, it's not stupid to lick batteries. It's perfectly fine. But also, hey, I swallowed a battery.
How did you swallow a battery? You absolute
To
buffoon.
see if I survived.
Really needed to test whether or not it had any power in it, so you decided to pass it through your entire body and see if you
Did
could
you
get
like
a good
choke it
tingle
out?
going.
Did you shit it out? Did you like what happened?
I shit it out.
Did you
but
find it?
Yeah. Still works.
Did you-
Too
did you-
electric boogaloo.
Did you like feel it like, oh, that's a battery? Like
No.
coming out.
Oh,
Okay,
did
can-
it come
can I-
out
wait,
like
can
the
I
was
correct
it
way
was it
round?
one of those really
No, okay.
chunky ones that's square?
No, can I
What, a
explain?
9 volter?
It was like a little watch battery. It was like a little disc one. It was tiny.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
not that
that's
interesting.
boring.
I know. I'm sorry. I think I went through a teething phase when I was like 10, which is
What's wrong
Didn't
with
quite get
you?
rid of all of your teeth.
no. So I just chew on a lot of things.
No, I can agree with Cameron on this.
Yeah,
one.
I just
to
like
chew.
chewing on things. So like, I
What?
chew
You're
on
both,
like
like,
bits
fucking
of
dogs.
plasticine and stuff like that. And I think
Yeah.
there was like a battery that somehow a battery got involved in the mix. You know how it is when you're really into it. You
You're
just
just grabbing things, shoving them in your mouth. You get that good mouth sensation. It's
Exactly.
just like, oh, clank, metal in my mouth. Love it.
love it. And then all of a sudden it was just like, oh,
I did that with a key once.
nice. It's great. So did you
Yeah.
get an X-ray?
No, I didn't
Okay.
tell anyone.
No, because I got an X-ray for it because obviously, like when you tell your mother that you've swallowed a battery, immediately the thought of like battery acid leaking into my stomach, pervades the mind. So I was rushed to the hospital and they took an X-ray of me and it was really cool because I was like, oh look, There's there's like a little shiny disc in me. Um, I kind of wanted to like swallow a bunch of like fridge magnets and just like spell something
that would be
out.
Kind of cool. Yeah, I didn't tell anyone because I was 16 at the time, and this was my fourth house key.
Yeah, you.
So I just pretended that I lost it.
Have you just been eating all your house keys so far?
Well, no, I only ate the one, and it was an accident. You know, it's not like I made a
How
habit
is
of
it-
chowing
is it an
down on my
accident?
only method of entering my house.
Did you?
I was chewing on it. You know the little ring? It's really satisfying if you put
No.
that ring in between both your incisors and then just spin it with your tongue. Feels good, feels great. Feels unique, feels organic, feels wholesome.
Shut up. Right.
Makes you feel like a woman, you know?
Yeah, I've never related to you so much, Ash. Honestly.
I mean,
Do you know what Simpsons character we both are? That one guy from the episode where Marge gets tits, and then they go to the restaurant and they bring over Larry, and it's like, Larry will chew your food if your mouth gets tired, and he just goes, I like it to chew.
That is me.
That man.
That is me.
That's us.
I like it to chew. There's like
man.
Freud is like, I know this, I can tell you all about why you want to put stuff in your mouth, and we're like, Freud, shut up.
I
Let's
just like
have
how
some
it feels.
fun.
I don't want to suck penises, Freud. Not everything is about cocks and fucking your mother, Freud.
I mean, I will allow you to have your putting things in mouth, whatever you want to do. Because I did put like a rubber bone up my nose one time.
Nice.
A what?
A rubber bone. Like
Yeah, okay, but like,
The rubber
Explain.
bone man.
I had just got back from like Thorpe Park, I think, and I bought one of these like jelly things, and like it had
Okay.
like these like rubber like things inside of it, but it broke. So I was like, oh, I've got like a load of rubber tiny things, and I don't know
Okay.
why.
I put them up my nose.
I wonder how these smell. Real
I
deep.
was like 10, and I don't know what. I
Yeah.
was just like, just kind of putting this bone up my nose, and I was like, haha. And then it got stuck up there, and then I was like crying, being like,
A
oh
similar-
no.
A
And
similar story happened with. Oh, sorry. Carry on.
yeah, fuck you, Cameron. I'm just telling my story, but
Sorry, I was
it's
just so incessantly bored.
my bone. But,
Just tell the story.
and I was like crying, and my mum was like, "What's wrong?" And I refused to tell her because I was so embarrassed. So obviously she was like thinking like the worst, like has someone like done anything to you? Like what?
Oh my
like
God.
oh my god! And she was like, just tell me what's wrong, like so I can help you. And I was like, I've got a rubber bone stuck up my nose, and I could just tell she was like, oh my god.
I'm so disappointed in you, Seraphina, my child.
I could see like the disappointment and relief at the same time. Just like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
And she was like, do you need to go to the
goodness.
hospital? No, I just...
Always follow bad news. No, not follow. Always prequel bad news with something really fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Like, do something really fucking stupid, and then come up with worse bad news, and then be like, nah, psych, I've just been like shoving plastic toys up my fucking nose.
Amazing. I will
For
say,
the thrill of it.
I have a question for you guys, but just quickly before. My sister once shoved a raisin up her nose, and my mum called my nan to be like, hey, have you got tweezers? Because my daughter just shoved raisins up her nose. And my nan rushed around in a panic because she thought my mum said razor.
Oh!
Oh, that made my toes like curl inside of
Yeah.
my foot. That was awful. The
Oh.
idea of shoving razors up my nose.
Imagine
Oh.
how my poor nan felt.
Oh!
I feel like, imagine how fucked up you'd be by your child calling you up calmly, asking for
Yeah.
tweezers because their child shoved a razor blade up their nose.
I know.
Like, you'd be like, oh my god, I failed as a parent.
My mum was probably really nonchalant about it. Like, no, it's no big problem. Just get here when you can. And my nan, like, it was like my mum put down the phone and my nan just arrived at the door.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Anyway,
Aw.
I do have a question for you guys.
Hmm.
Have you been wildly herking or herking ward?
Shut up.
What a goof. Have you guys been working hard or hardly working?
Oh god, I've been very sick this week.
Well, there you go.
So my sphincter's been working overtime. Trying to expel all of the foul substances from inside of my gut out of my body at Mach fucking speed.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
It genuinely feels like somebody has decided to store a lifetime supply of like sliced ghost peppers inside of my body, and
Just, like,
they're all
release.
coming out.
Now is the
Like,
time.
Now I know how like people who are drug mules must feel when they're rushing to the toilet, but they're like, "Oh fuck, it's coming! I'm gonna shit these drugs out into this toilet." Except instead of drugs, it's pain.
I need to
and-
experience this pain.
I'm not getting paid for it.
That is the worst thing. If somebody could pay you for it, that'd be great.
Do you
Yeah.
ever take a shit that's so bad that you're like, "Oh, I have stomach cancer," and this is necrotizing flesh
Every
coming
now
out
and
of my
then.
body.
Every now and then, I think, oh, this isn't gonna come out of me. I want to rip a new one.
Yeah, it's been a bit like that, which is weird because it's the consistency of like really bad porridge.
So it's
Oh,
just
no.
the absolute quantity of it.
I mean,
Yeah. Seraphina, how's your week been? We're gonna stop talking about
My
this
week
now.
is ruined now.
yeah, I don't really have much of an excuse for not doing work, such as Ashleigh, but my coccyx has been playing up. Dear Lord.
I thought that was going somewhere else.
Yeah, really thought you were
Really
gonna talk about your massive
you
wang.
put so much emphasis on the cock.
My cock is playing up.
Seraphina's got a disorder where whenever she says the word cock, she just has to savour it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cock.
sick.
but
Your
so
cock's sick.
my cock, yes, my cock's sick.
Not your cockerel. How
My-
will the chickens get laid?
Nice. So they can lay
Eggs.
you.
eggs.
Yeah, I've been pretty like old person energy. Yeah, that's me. Because once upon a time I did something bad to my pelvis, bum, coccyx area, and
Cock sex?
coccyx,
Oh no,
coccyx
Sarah.
area, and
Bro, you know we were talking about Freud earlier, but Jesus, like the
Yeah,
man's
that
a
was-
fool.
That was a slip.
But
coccyx.
that was a cock sex. That's when
Cock
the cockerel fertilizes the chickens, and then
sex.
they lay the eggs.
Yeah. It's just I've been drawing a lot of squids, but that's
So
really me.
you've moved on from Sailor Moon to the aquatic world.
Yeah, but they're not even.
Unfortunately,
actual
they're
squids.
squid people. Like
Yeah.
just say it for what it is. You have developed a Splatoon 2 addiction,
Yeah.
and this is actually an intervention, not an episode of Blank Block.
Yeah, Sarah, you need
We're-
to calm down.
We're worried
Nah,
about
nah,
you.
nah,
You
nah.
have
No,
been
no, no.
trying to book surgery to have your hair replaced with tentacles, and it's not
Oh,
okay.
that would be cool though.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is the
yeah, yeah,
problem.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I
again.
can climb up walls.
8th time
What?
this
No,
week
you
you've
can't.
talked about getting your hair replaced. Sarah,
There you go.
can you
Please stop
actually,
wet
can-
farting into the microphone.
wait? Okay, actually, Sarah, quickly before we move on from this horrible segment, can you just say on all levels except physical, I am a squid, and then make a squid noise?
What? On all levels except physical, I am a squid. Bleep.
Very
you go.
good.
That's
Very
what
good.
squid. No, no.
Is that
This.
the noise squids make?
this
It's fine. Listen, moving on. Cameron,
Hi.
what's your week looked like? What you been up to?
I've just been kind of toiling over whether or not I can record.
I
Um,
thought you said soiling.
I've just been I'm there with Ash. I've been soiling my trousers every day.
I thought you meant like toiling in the fields. Like, this is a
I wish.
big farm that I'm running, and
I've
I
started.
desperately need to harvest these potatoes.
Yeah, I've started a potato
That was
farm in my
awful.
garden. I bought a
That
straw
was
hat.
awful.
Yeah.
No, okay, actually, here's the thing. I've
I'm
started
offended.
a straw farm before my potato farm so that I have straws to chew on while I farm my potatoes.
Is this in Minecraft?
Fantastic idea.
Thank you. No, but my audio interface, my sweet Focusrite Solo, was having some problems, and I was like, oh shoot, this is a new bit of tech I've just got. Is it broken? But it turns out it's actually my laptop, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because it means that, oh, this new thing I got hasn't broken. That's good. But it also means that this more expensive thing is broken now. So I don't know what to do, guys. I'm currently recording on my parents' laptop. It's we make do.
Yeah.
City boys do indeed make do.
Yeah, and Ash makes do.
Unfortunately, all inside of my jeans.
Yeah, you should
I'm
really
gonna
get
go
up
change.
and go get changed. Have you guys seen that video of that kid streaming, and his mum comes in and she's like, "You shit your pants." And,
No.
Oh,
You
it's
shit
just this
your
kid
pants.
he's like so into the game, and his mum comes in and she's like, "I can smell you." And she's like really mad at him because this is obviously not the first time this has happened, and the kid's like, "No, I'm in the middle of a game." And it's anyway, the depths of depravity that humanity seems to stoop to.
I mean, you're not really a gamer, so you wouldn't get it, but sometimes you just have to shit yourself to get that kill.
Yeah.
We've all
You
been
just
there.
gotta, you sat there and you're like, it's gonna happen one way or the other. I've not even got enough time anymore to make it to the toilet, so I might as well just keck my
Yeah.
jeans.
I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes I bring my Switch to the toilet, but that's
was-
not a proud moment for me. honestly.
Remind me to never touch your Switch.
Pain
It's
is-
only
yeah.
been like twice.
Pain
and I
and smell are
wiped it.
temporary, guys. Glory is eternal.
Yeah, and I won.
Exactly.
It was ranked
And
battle.
True glory is getting an A-star rank in Splatoon.
You can't
More
even
like
get
A-star
stars.
stank.
Oh my god. Fucking educate yourself.
You think I've played Splatoon as much as you have played Splatoon? I introduced you to Splatoon, and you now have 10 times the amount of hours in it than I do. It's an addiction.
Yeah.
Well, the first step is admittance, so that's good.
I mean,
So I've been...
yeah, it's a problem, and I'm aware. But do I care? No.
Probably should.
No.
We
So
care.
I've been noodling around on my new favourite website, conversationstartersworld.com.
Conversationstarter.com. We need a jingle.
We do need a jingle.
Go
I
You're
would
on
get
it, guys.
Yeah,
You're on
I
it.
would get on it if my audio interface was working with my PC. Ayo.
Never mind then. So, this is number 116 of 350 good questions to ask.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the worst superpower?
Soup.
What, just like creating soup?
Oh no, I
I'm so
completely
glad you said
misheard
that.
you. I completely.
so glad you
I
said that,
I
Seraphina.
just heard
No, let's
what
explore
would be
that.
the worst soup, and I was like, soup?
No. Well,
You
I think
desperately need to get
Sarah.
your eyes tested.
Yeah.
Sarah, please, I want you to elaborate right now as to why soup is going to be the worst superpower.
No.
Yeah, you're locked
Please.
in now. This is your answer.
That's your answer. Go
Um,
for it.
I love soup though.
Soup would be a fantastic
Yeah,
superpower.
because you can make really cold soup, which is like awful and disgusting, but then you can make really hot soup and then burn your enemies with it.
I don't
Where does
think
the soup
you
come
get...
from?
Your
Yeah.
your hands.
The palms of my
It's
hand.
just got like little tubes that open up. And
They're
shoot
little
soup
ladles.
all
You
over.
just throw ladles of soup everywhere.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that you would make it into the Class A in Boku no Hero.
Ah,
Academia
thank you so much. That
with
really
your
makes.
superpower.
Thank you.
So, besides soup, I feel like there's a lot of superpowers that people big up that are actually like horrible in reality. Like being able to read people's minds, horrible. I would
Yeah,
hate,
I hate that.
If you can control it, then fantastic. If it's like Misfits mind reading, where it's just everybody's internal monologue is just coming at you.
Even still,
That would be terrible.
I would feel an unhealthy and toxic amount of power. Like
Yeah,
it would
sometimes
seem really
I just
awful.
want people to keep to themselves, and if I can read their minds, then I can't really do that.
Yeah,
you know?
I would feel. I don't feel like anybody would be comfortable around me. You know, they'd be like, "Oh, that's the guy that can read minds."
would
Nobody,
you tell
nobody
anyone?
go anywhere near him.
Yeah,
Well,
why
I
would you tell?
I would. That's a good point. If I didn't tell any, but here's the thing: then the guilt would eat me alive because that would be even worse. I'd feel more terrible because I'm like, they don't even know that I'm reading their minds. That's awful.
You're so Christian.
I'm
That's
so
cute.
I'm so riddled with guilt
You're basically like an honorary Catholic at this point.
I know. I'm not actually the actual Catholic here, but like, I probably I'm the most Catholic here.
Yeah, I'm the designated Catholic, so get out of my house.
I will fight
You can't take that out. I would win.
Should I wait? Sarah, should I
Reading
actually...
minds.
Catholic wars.
Should I actually get out of
Okay.
your house, Sarah?
Yeah, if you could do that, actually, that'd be great.
Okay, because I was thinking it's probably not very like quarantine-y, that I'm just kind of sitting in your bathroom here.
Shit.
He's having a bath while he's recording. Reading minds, you could make so much money off
That's
of
true.
drunk people at bars. Just
Okay.
walk up to some random person who's sozzled out their head and be like, all the money in your wallet, think of any number in the world, it could be any number, I will guess it immediately. Walk away at the end of the night with like 600 quid.
How good are drunk people at giving money to strangers? Well, kind of, I guess.
You pick the soft drunks, like that
Me.
gaggle of girls who are clearly out for like the first time as a group in like 6
Yeah.
months, and they're like all
Yeah.
merry on their rosé.
So that's gonna be.
I feel a bit attacked,
Us.
not gonna lie.
Also, if anybody tried to jump you, you'd know about it. You'd be ready. You'd be like, okay, he's going to swing from the left.
That's true.
I move to the right.
Yeah.
You'd basically be untouchable in like hand-to-hand
Wow.
combat.
Yeah, I mean, there's. Well, yeah. Here's the thing, like what you're saying, practically amazing, but then just kind of ethically, that messes with me.
I think that if people start getting superpowers, ethics would very quickly fly out of the window.
You're so right. You're so right.
Like I've seen the gritty reboots of beloved childhood cartoons as adults who are all having sex all of the fucking time, and they don't care for ethics. They just pew pew
Really
laser
don't.
beams.
They just smash
And then, like,
in all the
Pee-pee.
ways.
And then one of them always has an issue like, oh, I'm evil. And it's like, you're really not, though. Like, you beat up the evil guy, and your only superpower is that you're rich. I am talking about the
Jeff
Teen
Bezos.
Titans remake that became just Titans, if none of you have seen it.
I have not seen it
I
because
can.
I love Teen Titans as it normally is.
Don't watch it.
Okay, I wasn't planning to, but
No, but for real, though, do not watch it. It's so bad.
do they all have sex with each
Ashleigh.
other?
Yes.
Aw.
Aw.
Yeah, that was a yes to both, by the way. Yes to
Okay.
they all have sex with each other, and well, not all of them, because one of them is literally a child, and they haven't gone that far yet. And
Yeah.
Beast Boy ain't getting no action yet, but
Is he green?
Starfire and yes, he's green.
Oh,
I think I can't really remember.
If he's not green, then
Um,
it's not.
Listen, I watched like 4 episodes and gave up immediately, but I do know that Starfire and Robin do smush booties. Cameron, you had a question for me.
Yeah. It was on the topic of smushing booties. No. It's. I just. Yeah. What? Okay. So, in your opinion, then, what would be the worst superpower?
See, I don't think there are bad superpowers. I think
Oh,
that it's all
so-
it's
Wait.
all how you apply it.
So
right?
you're saying
like,
with great power comes great responsibility.
no, because I don't want to get sued. What I am saying is that
With great capabilities comes great thoughtfulness.
like there is always like a situation in which you have these abilities that you would be this is your moment, this is where you'll excel, like I'm the toenail and I have super sensitive cuticles on my feet. Guess what, everyone's blind and you're in a room covered with like spider webs that will tell you the secrets, and no one can see them but you can feel them with your cuticles. Back to Soup Girl, when you're shooting soup from your hands, infinite uses: feed the hungry, feed the poor, knock
Amazing.
over people with the jets of soup that you can shoot from your body.
That's
Reading
great.
minds we've already gone over.
Okay,
And
so
like,
wait, if
and
we all
I
have
drown
superpowers
people in the
then-
worst soup.
Wait, yeah.
Worst.
Actually, I've just thought of a bad one. Being able to smell poo 1 part in a million.
Okay, fair enough. Can I wait? So wait, can we all be like a superhero league then? Because I'll be the So Sarah's the soup girl, you're cuticle girl.
No, I'm not cuticle girl. That would not be my power. Don't be silly.
That's-
I'd be reading minds because
No.
you don't want it.
But no, that was the thing that I had. So, like I would be
Oh,
self-conscious.
you'd be
and
the
guilty.
tortured one.
Yeah.
I don't want
I would still
super-
have that superpower, but I'd just be like feel awful all the time.
If it's what power would you like, that's a different question.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't think Seraphina necessarily, out of all the superpowers, wants to be Soup Girl.
I would like to be... Every time I die, I can just rewind time 30 seconds. That's what I would like.
Well, okay, my question then is, you fall out of a plane and it takes you 31 seconds to hit the ground.
I could fall forever. Eventually, though, right? Because, like, people have fallen out of planes and survived.
That's so true.
Eventually, I'd be able to work out exactly how to do that. You got infinite goes at something, you can do it every time. Someone mugs you, you get stabbed. Guess what? You're trying it all again.
Yeah, you got to
you
get
know
out,
where he's
gotta
coming
get
from
out,
this
gotta
time.
Get...
Karate chop to the back of the neck. He's down for the count. You go through his pockets, reverse mug him. Congratulations, you've just made like anywhere between 20 to £200.
Nice, but then you also need to find your loop twin, so that you can find out why you're looping.
What is this a reference to?
This is a reference to
Russian
Russian
doll.
Oh,
Gotta
fuck,
get
that's
up,
such a
gotta
good
get up.
show.
Gotta get up.
Get up.
Gotta get.
That's such a good show. I love Russian Doll.
I enjoyed it.
So fucking good. Season 2 at some point, apparently.
Oh, please.
Oh.
That show desperately
Natasha
needs a
Lyonne.
conclusion.
Is that her name?
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. Oh my god. Fantastic actress.
She's amazing.
I want to be her.
Same.
Yeah, you ever look at a human being and just like, I would cut my arms off if I could be you.
Yeah.
Because then I'd have arms again.
And you would have no arms.
Fuck you, Natasha Lyonne. I'm taking your fucking body and you have my armless stumps.
I wish Natasha Lyonne had no arms. That was the one thing that I took away from Russian Doll.
I too wish that more celebrities had no arms. I think that,
hell yeah.
you know, I think it'd be really
Yeah.
funny to watch them walk around and try not to fall over.
Okay, wait. Okay, no, Ash, wait. I was coming from like a place of like, yeah, we need more disabled representation, and you're like, no, I want
We
to
do
point
need
and
more
laugh
disabled representation, yes, but I also very much think that most celebrities are scum at the moment.
Very
so if
true.
you just went in with a quick chainsaw job,
That
let
is
them
one
wander
thing.
about.
That is one great thing that's come away from the coronavirus. I think is that everybody's now completely disenfranchised with celebrity culture.
Yeah.
it's all right. They sung Imagine, and then they did another one recently for Black Lives Matter. Which
Oh,
was,
did
yeah.
they?
And was
I
it?
didn't know that.
Aaron Paul? What's his like the guy who played Jesse in Breaking Bad?
Yeah, that's Paul.
He acted his darn socks off. He did a great job, bless him. To be fair, here's the thing: it's better to be, pushing forwards than impartial. So
Yeah, but also, you know, it's better to keep your mouth shut than be an insufferable prick.
that is true. You would know a lot about that.
Yeah, I would, because I never keep my goddamn mouth shut.
Hell yeah.
You'd make a great celebrity, Ash.
I
You
would,
make a
because,
great
like,
celebrity.
I don't think before I talk. I honestly, I would make a great celebrity because I need a PR department. I spent 5 minutes of our
Yeah.
podcast talking about the shit that's flowing from my anus. You know,
But
like,
that's
this
that's like the Jennifer. What's her name? That's like the lady from Hunger Games being like, "I love pizza." Makes you seem like so much more genuine about like your shit problems, and people like
yeah,
resonate
you're
to
so
that, and then they'll
quirky
find
and relatable,
you.
Ashleigh.
Yeah.
As we know, only real people get horrific diarrhea,
Yeah.
and celebrities are exempt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
Celebrity.
course.
Be the
Yeah.
new
Hadn't thought this through.
whatever our fucking name is.
Celebrities
Yeah.
get enemas every day.
They don't actually shit anymore. Hey, do you
No.
ever think about the fact that the Queen has probably had like explosive diarrhea?
Yeah. I do all the time. Well, to be fair,
I
here's
think
the thing.
about that a lot.
Ash, here's the thing. I'm not too fascinated by the Queen anyway, or any of the monarchy. So it's like, yeah, I think.
Oh,
About
I mean,
that.
they suck, and they're an outmoded thing, and we should definitely like depose them all because they're just a drain on economic resources, for sure.
Yes.
They're terrible. Oppose the monarchy. Let's take them down. Let's take that money, put it back into the community. If we open up the Buckingham Palace as like a sick ass hotel, that's going to bring in a lot more tourism bucks than fucking go and see if an old lady's at a window looking at the
Yeah.
people walking.
Hell yeah. Also,
I
tourism
have
does not
met
even
the Queen,
scratch the
though.
surface of the net
So
loss that we make that we have. Anyway, yeah, cool. Royalty bad.
Royalty bad. What was I saying? Yeah, but royalty bad. But if I had a picture of the Queen's bare butt in an envelope, and I slid it across the table to you and said, "Hey, Cameron, in that envelope is a picture of the Queen's bare ass.
Yeah.
Would you look at it?"
Here's the thing.
I wouldn't.
I feel like Well, I don't know how I would prove whether it is or not. At that point, I'd just be looking at.
It's got her
bum
face
hole.
in the photo. No,
Oh,
it's not
okay.
like it's not like a zoomed in photo of the bumhole. It's like the Queen doing like a risque,
Okay.
you know, like a cover girl shoot, but her
Yeah.
ass is out. It's the Queen.
It's like the Kim
Okay.
Kardashian photo, but like the Queen.
But the Queen. Okay. I feel like I would be like the amount of power that we both have after like having obtained this photo. Like, are we
No,
the
no,
only
it
people
would
that
be
have this
burned
photo?
afterwards. I have seen it.
What?
I took the photo.
Okay.
You are the only person with me as I'm about to burn it. You can have a look before I burn it.
No, but why are you burning it? The amount of power that we
I
have.
work for the Queen's Secret Service at this point. You know,
Oh.
in this hypothetical, the Queen's
Oh.
sending some nudes to whatever the fuck his name is, the one that she's
Right.
like boffing.
So it's literally you're literally describing the plot of A Study in Scarlet, I think. Or not A Study in Scarlet. What is it? The Belgravia, the Sherlock one where
Oh,
the king
right.
says
Yeah,
What?
yeah, I know the one that you're talking about.
to
The
Irene
Sherlock
Adler.
episode where one of the...
A Scandal in Belgravia.
Yeah, that's the one. And then just like, oh, I've been Sherlocked.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that show with a passion. No, I don't hate the show. The show was well put together. And
I was
it
talking
did
about
justice.
I was talking about the original story is the king sends nudes and then Irene Adler outsmarts all the men and it's great. And then the BBC adaptation is Sherlock's really smart because a boomerang
Because he
killed
felt
somebody.
a woman's pulse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Anyway,
I
Sherlock
hate the
Bash.
fandom for that show. I'm gonna
Yes.
anger some people here. They were terrible.
I was one of
being
them.
Being on Tumblr during like what was it, 2010
Yeah,
to
Yeah.
2012? That was a fucking trip, man.
don't remind me.
Like,
Wow.
the gifs. They had gifs for everything.
No,
but
that
nobody
was the
fucking asked.
supernatural fandom.
No, that was Super Hulock. Let's
Super
be
Hulock.
honest.
Yeah.
Oh,
What a
there are
fucking-
people with Super Hulock tattoos. You know that.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I was very much. I've had friends who were very much in Super Hulock, and like they're still my
Oh, yeah.
friends today. And
why?
I don't fucking know. It's I can't defend them, honestly. I'm trying to find words to be like, well, but like I was very much into the anime side of Tumblr at that point, so I was
Okay.
like the
Still pretty bad.
still
That's
pretty
still
bad.
trash.
But
Still
the this one time, I can't remember if this is like actual Tumblr history or what, but like the anime like fandom and like the Super Hulock had like a war, and like you dirty little like anime hentai things, and I was just like, I don't know what's happening. But like
I
I
can see that
remember it
happening.
like so vividly, and I'm like, but did this actually happen, or is this a fever dream that I had? I don't know.
It's completely
It
likely.
probably happened.
Yeah.
I'm quite proud that I wasn't openly in any kind of like large fandoms at the time. I was definitely part of fandom culture. Like I had a Tumblr completely dedicated to Dave Malloy, writer of The Great Comet of 1812. And that was my thing.
Tell me this.
Yeah, I had a Tumblr.
That's because
just
it's a
dedicated to him.
shameful secret that you should have kept.
That's very true. But I was creating fandoms. You know, I wasn't. I was the forefront.
I was a trendsetter. I wasn't one of
Exact-
these sheeple who
Yeah.
followed in the footsteps of others. I
Yeah, Ash.
made my own terrible place to be.
Yeah, Ash. I was definitely a trendsetter for all those Dave Malloy stands out there now.
Essentially, what you did there is the internet equivalent of picking up a sledgehammer and putting holes in every wall in every room in your house, and then being like, "Guess this is how it is now."
I'm the first to do this. It's a great idea.
I'm not saying that this is like cringe or anything. Like I don't.
Oh,
I
it is.
disagree with cringe culture. Cringe culture needs to
Yeah.
die. No. Let people enjoy what they enjoy.
Yes.
You know,
But
what
I'm
saying
pretty
is that
cringy.
people who take what they're into, and then shove it down your throat in such a way that this is like the only media you can consume. Otherwise, you're a moron. You're an idiot. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's when I have a problem with it, because that's just basically Catholicism.
That sounds like
internet
religio to
nerds?
me.
That's religiob.
That's
Yeah.
religiob. I don't know. I've been hyperfixated before on things very much when I was younger. Still kind of now, but I think it's like a young person thing. You have to be at a point in your life where you're like,
Yeah.
I'm so obsessed with this one thing. If this person doesn't like it, like I'm gonna scream. Like I was that with anime for a while, and I hate to admit that.
Yeah, as you become like more adult, you realize, oh, I have taste and I like things, and now that has to be my entire identity, is that I have taste. So I'm gonna get into, that's what fandom culture is. It's just aggressively realizing that you have taste.
Fandom culture is so destructive.
Oh yeah,
like,
100%. It's not good.
My problem with it is when, you know, a 35-year-old woman is screaming at a 15-year-old because they've dared to disagree with her like perfect ship. Like, you know, as a kid, if you are super excited about something, you want to talk my ear off about it, go for it. If you're an adult and you are super excited about something, you want to talk my ear off about it, go for it. If you are an adult yelling at a fucking child, then I'm sorry, but you need therapy, not the internet. You don't need Tumblr, you need the other big T word, and you need to spend like 2 hours a week talking to a stranger who you pay to pretend to care about you. Because my God, you're making it impossible for anybody you actually want to care about you right now.
Yeah, I think that's the quickest way to put somebody off something you're really passionate about.
Like at the like we're having like a actual serious conversation about fandoms, but I have always loved Animal Crossing, but recently I've been a bit off by it because the fandom kind of scares me. They're very intense.
Raymond stands are fucking awful. Like, if you're listening to this and you're one of the people that has threatened like death or ill wishes upon someone because they dare to have the fictional video game character on their island and not yours, please stop listening. Go get help. Come back when you're a well-adjusted human being who I would like to interact with.
Yeah, it's just like, and a lot of like people are like, the islands are so cool, and I'm just like, I just like taking it really slow and just going day by day. But I know I don't really care if people are like time traveling. Like, I don't personally do it, but it's just I just get a bit overwhelmed, and it feels like a competition.
Yeah, when such a passive game becomes so like aggressive, that's really scary.
Yeah.
Human beings love to
take
have
things,
dick measuring contests about everything.
Yeah,
they really do.
And it's so tiring. Like, yo, look at how perfectly manicured my lawn is. Check out how nice my car is. I've time skipped so much that I literally have the future in my Animal Crossing world. The other day I knitted a sweater in 30 minutes. What the fuck were you up to, Shirley? You know, like, come on now. Come on. Let's all just chill.
Guys, let's all come together and hold hands.
So I have something a little bit more light. I have something a bit more light-hearted to bring to the table today. So I recently, this is like not a segment per se, but I recently saw, I was listening to the radio like an actual old person, and I heard that in Tokyo, an aquarium is asking for people to like FaceTime their shy eels. And I don't know why. I just thought that was so like, oh.
So yeah, you were telling me about this, and it was the most adorable thing. It's so cute.
So basically,
the eels have just become accustomed to people not being around.
Yeah. So during like the lockdown, the eels have been like, oh, no people. But then like when the keepers are coming in to feed them, they're like, oh, they're getting scared. And obviously like you can't really have that in an aquarium because like people are paying to see them. And so they're asking people to FaceTime them. And I just found it so, like, heartwarming that I wanted to, like, share with you guys. I don't know.
That might be the sweetest thing in the world.
I'm gonna go FaceTime some eels.
Yeah. And they're, like... And they're the kind of eels that, so I looked it up because I was so interested.
They're the kind of eels that can hold a conversation.
they're the eels with that like come out of the sand. They're like they pop their heads out of the sand. Oh. Do you know those like who like hibernate? I'm sending a
reverse ostrich eel.
Yeah.
The
I'm
ones
sending
that
a
look
picture.
Like butter going through a cream cracker.
I'm sending a picture to you guys now of people FaceTime them, which is also really funny.
Okay, everybody, go FaceTime your local eel.
Yeah. Go
Keep them
FaceTime
company
your
in this
local
trying
eel.
time.
I wish you could FaceTime more than eels.
Okay.
You can FaceTime people. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Play the music. Hello everyone, Ashleigh here, and thank you once again for listening to this episode of Blank Block. If you enjoyed the show, please let us know on our social media and rate and review us on iTunes and tell a friend. We are relying entirely on word of mouth to spread the show, and your support would mean the world to us. For more from Cameron, follow him on Twitter at TheLumpyBoy or on Instagram at Cameron Bloomer, spelt BLUMER. For more from Seraphina, follow her on Twitter at Sacred Cows Media or on Instagram at Sacred Cows. And you can find me on Twitter at TrashleighM. That's TrashLeighM, and on my own podcast, Tales from Pontus. Once again, huge thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Blank Block is a Big Tin Media production. Tin Media production. Tin Media production. Tin Media production.